Are you searching for the perfect family-friendly neighborhood in Lafayette, Louisiana? Today, I'm going to reveal my top 5 neighborhoods that families absolutely love, that they're offering everything from top-rated schools to beautiful parks, an amazing sense of strong community. So if you're considering to move to Lafayette, well, these are the areas you'll want to check out. Hey y'all, if y'all don't know me, I am Abshire. I'm your local realtor here in Lafayette, Louisiana, and I create videos all about what it's like to live here in Lafayette. So without further ado, let's dive right in. Number 1 on our list would be the Woodlands. So the Woodlands is actually located off of Verot School Road, one of, I'd say, the most popular areas and fastest growing areas of Lafayette. It's right next to highly rated schools, and what's beautiful is it allows you to be right between that Lafayette environment that you're looking for, but close enough to Youngsville if that's where you want your kids to go to school, or if you want to be involved in a lot of the Youngsville activities. But it really makes it stand out as family friendly because there are so many kids that I see within those neighborhoods. They have trick-or-treat parties, they do different things for the 4th of July. It has a pond that allows everyone to do any types of fishing that are in the area. It also has a community pool, which is really great. With the community pool, the sidewalks, it allows for really a very fun family-friendly lifestyle. The schools in this area are really kind of split between the two, right? Because you're right on the border of Lafayette, so really you could go to all of the Lafayette schools. But if you're looking for a private school situation, it's very close to some charter schools or some other schools that might be exactly what you're looking for your family. The homes here can really range. They typically anywhere go from new construction all the way up to some modern farmhouse style type homes. But it's very family friendly as far as it's very eclectic in the types of families that you would find in this neighborhood. Homes in here can range in different price ranges. They go all the way from, I would say, about that $300,000 price range all the way up to maybe close to $400,000 and anywhere between there. It might be either second home, maybe some first-time home buyers if they have a larger budget, but really it's not far from any of the parks or the recreational facilities that you can find that are all in the Youngsville area. It's really just a short, maybe maximum 10-minute drive to get to the Youngsville Sports Complex, and it allows you to be really close to nice restaurants. There's shopping. It has a really great sense of community. I think there's lots of gatherings and lots of events. I have multiple clients that have purchased in this area. I even know of some people that even are able to rent out some properties in these areas. So I highly recommend the Woodlands right off of Verot. I think it's a great neighborhood and it might be the perfect one for you and your family. Up next, we have neighborhood number 2, which would be Broadmoor. Broadmoor, I would say, is one of those that really has a plethora of price ranges, and it has many older style homes. If you're looking for new construction properties, then Broadmoor is not going to be the neighborhood for you, but you can find homes that have been flipped or have been renovated to be updated to feel more like a modern style home. But most homes in this area are all about that more ranch style property. They're brick, they're square, they may have carports or a 2-car garage. The lots are a bit wider than most of the newer neighborhoods that we have, so you can find a more spacious property there. And also you'll find more mature oak trees. You'll find that it's right in the middle of town, so it is a very central location. And then of course the highly rated schools that come with it is Broadmoor. The Broadmoor schools are very close by. It's right in the neighborhood, and a lot of families, it's very appealing. If you look it up online, there are a lot of great statistics that talk about how wonderful of a school it is. But the housing options, they can really range in price. You can see older homes that may need some work or a lot of fixing up to them. They'll be in the lower 200 price range, and they can go all the way up into the $300,000 or $350,000 price range, even maybe up to $400,000 if you get to some of the neighborhoods that are bordering, that get closer to the river, or that get deeper into the neighborhoods where some of the larger homes are. A lot of families really love it here just because it's so central. You really have parks that are nearby. There's tons of restaurants and shopping that is just a couple streets over, and it really gives you a lot of access right into Ambassador Caffrey or even Johnson Street, which are two of the main drives that go right through Lafayette. If you jump on Ambassador Caffrey. It doesn't take you long, about 10 minutes or so, depending on traffic, to get to the interstate as well. It's really kind of our loop to get around Lafayette and to get as fast as you can to the interstates. But what's really nice about the community is, yes, you'll find a plethora of not only families that are there, but there is a lot of retirees or older people that are in the community, which can give it a feel of safety and also calmness and quietness, with the fact of it being just in town, but still you still have that family feel. People are very respectful of the traffic and the lines that they have that can come with school, so they're not blocking traffic and people can still get by. So it can get congested in certain areas of the neighborhood depending if people are lining up, but I would say people for the most part are pretty mindful of the traffic or anyone trying to get through those areas. So if Broadmoor is the right one for you, those are all the details. Compare it to other places in Lafayette and other school districts. I think you will understand quickly why it's so appealing. Neighborhood number 3 is going to be more on the luxury side, but it is going to be Fernwood. Fernwood is actually one of Lafayette's oldest neighborhoods. Again, in here you can find a plethora of homes that can range anywhere from the ranch style or a more modern take. Some have been renovated and they can really range in price. You can find homes anywhere from the high 300s, where I've seen where they back up to the river, all the way up to the millions or $800,000 price range. So really it's a very wide range of types of homes that you can find here, but if they are on the lower side, they're going to be obviously much smaller, maybe need some renovations. A lot of those homes were built, I would say, maybe in some of the early 80s, some in the 90s. So really you'll need maybe some renovations or some touch-ups here and there, but people love the size of the lots that are here, the sidewalks, the idea that it's walkable, that you're right there, right off Ambassador Caffrey, and you're right in the center of town. Again, you have really good school districts for that area because of where they're located, and so a lot of people see things being within your grasp being very valuable about Fernwood, that you have the ability to go and have breakfast at places that are just around the corner. You can even walk there if you want to. The fact that there's even conveniences such as there's some offices right there that are nearby, so maybe work would be really, really close for you. You can get really quickly over to Costco. Also, Whole Foods is just right there, and some people see value on being close to the river and having access to it, even if it's just for viewing or being nearby. There are parks, of course, in this area, and there's plenty of food and restaurants to pick from. One of my favorite breakfast places is actually located just right outside of Fernwood, which is the French Press. It's a really great place to go and have a Cajun twist on your breakfast food or brunch food, and I promise you will not be disappointed. Very delicious, great coffee, and just a really nice place to go and take the family and to enjoy a good meal. But the overall atmosphere and feel of the neighborhood, again, you have some of the smaller homes that are to the front, the bigger homes toward the back, but you get oak trees, which is nice. You get wider feeling streets and nice sidewalks that you can travel along. There's manicured park areas, and it just has an overall feel of a lifestyle of a neighborhood that would feel more older, and it feels more mature than some of the other neighborhoods that you would see around town. One of the negative things is it wouldn't be quite as quiet, right? Because you're right off of some of the main drives. You'll get the city lights, so you have to expect a little bit more noise and a little bit more of the fact that you'll be right in town. Next up would be number 4, which is a favorite of mine, which would be Greenbrier Estates. Again, Greenbrier Estates is one of those that I think leans more on the luxury side, but it is an amazing neighborhood. When you drive through, I think you'll understand very quickly why it is such a special area and why so many people have their eyes on it, and homes that go for sale there tend to sell very, very quickly. Homes can range anywhere in the $400,000 price range, maybe all the way up to about $800,000 depending on the size of the property, the size of the lot, but here you will find plenty of space to stretch out with the large lots. You'll love the charm of the homes, I think, that are here because they will have a very community feel. You'll feel picket fences, nice front porches. You'll find some ranch style homes or homes that may have more of a traditional American vibe to them. But the beautiful oak trees that line the streets are always a huge plus. People love those areas, the windy roads that you'll feel. You'll find some sidewalks in some communities, but for the most part, it's just nice streets. The lawns are very manicured. Usually their front landscaping is really nicely manicured. It's really, really nice in the holiday season to drive through and really get a feel, or even in the fall time. It has great opportunities for family amenities. There's playgrounds, one of our most famous and newest parks, which is Munkus Park, It's not far, easy to get to restaurants. There's gyms that are nearby, such as, for instance, Red Laurel's is a famous staple of Lafayette. There's so much to do there with pools and activities for the whole family. If you're a gym goer, you'll love it. If you love pickleball and tennis, it's one of the places that I personally play pickleball, and it's just a great overall facility that has pretty much anything that anyone would be looking for. Most families drop their kids off there for summer, and they probably don't see them again until the end of summer. They just enjoy it, and it's really, really great. The houses and the prices is kind of what I've already discussed, but you can really expect to find probably more of that luxury price tag. Anything on that lower side is probably going to be something that needs a bit more work. The style of the homes is not really consistent, I would say, because it's an older community that has slowly grown over the years. Some have renovated, some have not. Really, you'll find that there's a completely different style as you travel through. Some mid-century properties that have been renovated, you'll find some that are just more that traditional ranch style. Really, there could be something for everyone if you get the luck of actually finding a home that comes on the market and that you can scoop it up before somebody else does. Overall, the lifestyle, I would say, is laid back, even though it's in town. Despite it being in town, it's further away from some of the main drives. It can be on the quieter side, especially in the evening time. People are not really using it for cut-throughs, and there's not a whole lot of hustle and bustle of the city, but rather it feels very neighborhood, even though you are right in town. Last but not least, this one actually is probably one of my favorites. This one is going to be Sugar Mill Pond. Not in Lafayette, it's in Youngsville, but of course it's in the greater Lafayette area. And Sugar Mill Pond is really one that has gotten so much attention over the years, and it is extremely popular. The home prices really can range in a very large price range again, so it really has a lot to offer many people. But this one can range anywhere from the $300,000 price range all the way up to the $1 million. Really, I would say for the most part, you'll find a majority of the homes anywhere from that $300,000 to maybe that $450,000 price range. Now, if you're looking for space, if you're looking for mature trees, this is not really going to be the neighborhood for you. It is on the newer side, but there is so much walkability with this neighborhood. So many restaurants and things that are right nearby. They have live music. They have all types of events where they fire off fireworks for New Year's and for the 4th of July. There's just always fun events and things that are happening in this neighborhood, which makes it so popular, and it's extremely very family oriented. Yes, you won't have the big yard size that most homes will have if your kids are looking for areas to play, but the beautiful thing is that there is a huge few-acre pond that is right in the center of Sugar Mill, and they're continuing to extend it. The Sugar Mill Gym, and there's restaurants, there's bars, there's shopping, so you get access to a gym and a community where you feel like you don't really have to go all of these different places to find things. You can fish. There is also, just right outside of it, the Youngsville Sports Complex, which is massive and offers something for the entire family. A huge perk is being just minutes away from that. And then also you have the charter schools that are nearby. Of course, the local schools such as Southside is very popular. It's one of those schools that is highly sought out for the area. Ernest Gallette, another school that is very popular. Knowing that there are all these good public schools and charter schools available, it has made it one of the hottest spots in Louisiana for a lot of people, for a lot of growth. So if you are lucky enough to find a home in Sugar Mill, you know what the price ranges are. You know that you can expect that they'll be closer together. They will be tending to be on the newer construction side because Sugar Mill is only, I guess, about maybe 20 or 30 years old. So there's a lot of newer construction that's happening there. You can find brand new construction in some of the newer areas, which is really great. And there are still some lots available, even if you're looking to build something in that area. That's also another plus. But again, here you will find family-oriented community. There are old and young alike. There are a lot of retirees that really enjoy living here, that feel safe living in a neighborhood like this. You can really find a plethora of really nice lifestyle that feels very traditional in many ways and feels very American. There's lots of American flags and Acadiana flags that you'll find driving through the area, which I think really builds that idea of where you're at for the community. And I think it's why so many people really love living there. Definitely worth something taking a look into. Each of these neighborhoods offers something different that's unique for families, whether you're looking for excellent schools, great parks, or just the sense of community. But take a drive through these areas and see which one feels like home for you. And I think very quickly you'll know the vibe and you'll be able to decipher whether or not it's the right one. Now, if you're ready to explore these neighborhoods in person, or if you have any questions about moving to Lafayette, don't hesitate to reach out. I am here to help you find the perfect home for you and your family. Call me, text me. I would love to speak with you. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.